and today I'm going to be redrawing the first drawing I ever posted on YouTube. At the time I am posting this, it's going to be around the time I actually started this channel, so it's going to be the 1-year anniversary of this channel. So I'm going to be linking the first video I ever posted to this channel in the iCard. And with that, let's get started, shall we? So, since this is a redrawing of my first ever drawing that I posted on YouTube, I decided I might as well use the same medium that I used for that drawing. So I'm doing digital art, even though that's not typically what I do on this channel, at least not that much. So that was going to be a fun change of pace for me. I also decided to use a lot of different brushes for this, which I didn't do in that video because I was trying to stick to a more cartoony sort of style, so I mainly kept it with one brush. And I was also kind of new to digital art at that point, so I just kind of used the brush that I knew kind of worked for stuff. So here I just already did all the sketching and the line art. Now I'm just coloring things in. And I kept the pose generally the same. Somewhere through the process, her face kind of got a different face shape than in the original. I think it might be because of the jaw, because in the original one, the jaw line was totally different. But I think it's still a nice change. And now I'm starting on the shading for everything. And with the skin, it wasn't actually that hard. Usually for when I do drawings in digital art, I felt like it had to take way longer. But maybe it's because I got practice, or because the face wasn't taking as much space as maybe some other drawings that I've done. But it didn't actually take that long. So that was a very happy change for me, that it didn't actually take that long. Because some other shading things actually took way longer than I expected, so I was actually glad that the face didn't take as long. So we also did the shading for the shirt and the tail. The tail actually wasn't that hard. I mainly kept it pretty similar to what I did in the original, just a lot of drawing and not a lot of shading actually. I only just did once over with the tail. That was just about it. The shirt, however, I just did with the airbrush, and then I did the watercolor brush later for some sort of harder shading, like some more cell shading rather than softer shading that I did with the airbrush. And with the hair I tried to make it look like it was individual strands. So I went with the lighter colors first, then I did an airbrush over it just to kind of show where the highlights were. And then I did the darker color with the individual strands again, just to show the individual strands. And then I redrew over all the line art, just to make it seem more semi-realistic and not have the line art pop out as much. And here, now that we're all done with the mermaid girl herself, I'm now going to take it all away and start with the background. Now, the background was actually something that I felt like I improved way more with this redraw. Because with the original one, I liked it, but I don't know. Something about the cartoony cell shading made it really not look like it was underwater. And I think I mentioned that when I was talking in that video, but I felt like it was something I could definitely improve upon from that video. So I tried to make things look more like it was underwater. So I tried to use the watercolor brush to draw the water, and I felt like it definitely looked more like water for this. And I'm definitely glad that I sticked more with greens than with yellows for this, because the greens definitely made it look more like it was underwater instead of just making the sand at the bottom of the ocean as pure yellow. So I felt like that was definitely an improvement. And I think it's also something about the lighting too, because I felt like I definitely improved upon the lighting, which I'm working on here. And the lighting, I just did this like lighter blue as like lighting for things, and then I went over the mermaid girl with shading for yellow, so like the warmer shading and the cooler lighting. Since she's underwater, I felt like that would make it show more that she's underwater if all the lighting is in blue rather than yellow, since the light is coming through the water. And with that, the piece is done. Now, I hope you all have a magnificent day. If you did like this video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. That would be greatly appreciated. And again, with that, I hope you all have a magnificent day, and I will see you all later.